Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much, first and foremost, bottom of my heart, massive fat thank you for 35,000. I reached 35,000 subscribers late Sunday night and yeah, I just don't know what else to say apart from a massive thank you. And you lot are like some of the nicest people, honestly. Like, I just don't get any negativity on my channel, and I just am so grateful for that. And even if it's something that's not your cup of tea, you just know how to tell me, you know, you're just so nice, and I cannot honestly thank you all enough. Couple of things really. First thing to address is these pots. In my last video I said I bought them in a set of two. I didn't. I bought them singularly and bought two at a time. I'm so sorry. Someone brought it to my attention that they actually went onto the link and it's only one. They only sell one. So I checked my order and yeah, I'm so sorry guys for misinforming you. I did actually buy one, but I bought two at a time. They come as a pack of one, not a pack of two. That's the first thing I need to address from my previous video. Secondly, they are currently out of stock. I'm sorry about that. I have removed them from my Amazon storefront, but as soon as they come back in stock, I will put them back on my Amazon storefront. So the other thing to address is when I was making some pots last night off camera, because I do a lot in my spare time, one of them didn't actually fit, so the base ended up being, so when it came to resting it down, I shook, and it ended up setting a little bit oval like this. When with the weight in there, I didn't make sure that it was completely and utterly round. I just sat it down, let it cure, which obviously happened within 5 minutes, and when I came to demold, the lid did not fit, but the lid did not fit at all because this ended up kind of like in that shape. I just wasn't really paying attention. I just tapped it, grabbed it, rested it kind of over here out of my way, and it ended up staying in that shape. So that's something to bear in mind if you are using molds like this. The third thing is, you guys have asked in previous videos if you can mix Jesmonite with resin, so that is what we're doing in today's video. The answer is yes, depends on the mold. So I'm going to use these molds again just because they are the right shape for me. I need to layer up when it comes to resin and Jesmonite. We're going to do resin first, leave it 24 hours, I might even leave it longer, and then we're going to fill to the top with Jesmonite, purely because Jesmonite does cure super fast, as we all know now. It cures in 20-30 minutes. You have to then demold or it will start to sweat inside your mold because it's water based. Resin on the other hand, you can leave resin for months and then demold. So I'm going to leave the epoxy resin, I'm going to do the epoxy resin first, leave that for 24 hours prior to pouring the Jesmonite, because the Jesmonite only takes 10, 15, 20, 25 depending. And then we can demold them together and see what they look like. The colours I'm going to go for, I'm so mad into bright colours right now. Most of my resins have always been blues or purples and dark greens and things like that. But with this Jesmonite, it's really brought out the spring in me. So we are going with bright colours. I've got 5 here, but I might narrow it down to 4. I'm using my Arteza pigments. So we've got green. If you want the specific colours, if you have these, we've got aqua blue. There's me saying green. Aqua blue. We have got coral. Looking forward to seeing this one. We have got magenta, and we have got amethyst purple, but I'm also tempted by this one by Resin Pro. Resin Pro are currently like up there as my favourite mica powder colours. Don't know what to do. Might even go lime green, but the jury's out on the last one. We're definitely going with these 3 colours and then we'll see. The resin I'm using is Vista Cascade by Vista. And that's it. I'm going to mix the resin. I'm going to get my gloves on. I've got them here ready. I'm going to get my gloves on, get my respirator on. For those who are new to my channel or epoxy resin, always be safe. People will argue with you. Trust me, they will argue with you that you don't need it, but you need it, okay? This is my respirator that I wear when I do epoxy resin. I also wear eye goggles, and I've got a window right here, and that window is always open. So, gloves, respirator, window open, eye protection all the time when you are doing epoxy resin.
have still got my respirator on, but I've taken my gloves off because I'm finished. I used my silicone tool to scrape off all the excess resin on the top to scoot it down to the bottom. I've given them all a really good shake. The difficulty will be the air bubbles. I can't get in there to get the air bubbles. So the options are leave your resin to sit for 15, 20, 30 minutes before you pour it. All of the air bubbles should have risen to the top by that point. Or you can put your resin in a gas chamber, air chamber to release bubbles before you pour. I'm just going to shimmy shake them all. Well, I've done it already. And then I've used all of the leftover resin to fill the caps, half fill. And also all of the clear that I had some clear left, I've just added that to the center of each lid. Now just have to wait 24 hours and then we can do the Jesmonite. So I'm going to leave the room now, leave my window open over here, take my mask off, come back tomorrow.
It is the next day, 24 hours later. These are cured. So I'm gonna mix up my Jesmonite. I'm gonna mix up loads because I don't want to run out at any point, and then I'm gonna have a mold on the side. I have doubled the ingredients, so instead of pouring enough Jesmonite for one pot, I've poured enough Jesmonite for 2 pots, and hopefully that should cover what I've got left, and then I'll have a mold on the side to pour any extra into. So before we go any further in this video, spoiler alert, I didn't mix enough Jesmonite, you're about to see. But before we get into the Jesmonite section of this video, I have to let you know this is my 35,000 subscriber giveaway video, and if you've made it this far, yay! So all the details of how to enter will be in the description box below, along with everything else, all of my affiliate codes, my code for molds and shapes, which is so important because molds and shapes have asked if they can come on board for my 35,000 subscriber video, and that honestly meant so much to me because they have been amazing. They have been so kind to me, honestly. So part of the giveaway prize will be a mold from Molds and Shapes. Now I've already picked the mold, and that is the very first mold I used, which is the mandala mold. Sorry guys, the mandala mold that I used in my very first Molds and Shapes video. So that is the mold I have chosen as the giveaway prize for my 35,000 subscriber giveaway. The other prize will be don't ever say I don't give you anything. The other prize will be one of my mugs, which is my Claire's Crafty Corner mug. And I realised because I film backwards on my phone, this is going to read backwards, but it says my crafty cuppa. So that, you still can't read it even if I'm showing it to you. But that is going to be the second prize. And there's going to be a third prize. I'm just not sure what it is right now. So I'm going to have a think about it, but it will be listed in the description box below. So I'm going to stop talking, read the description box if you want to enter, and we'll get back into the Jesmonite section of this video. And I cannot wait to show you the results. Let's go! It's demold time. I'm more scared to demold these than I have been about any other piece because this is my first time doing resin and Jesmonite together. So let's see how they came out. I'm scared, guys. I'm scared. Ooh, look at that. Look at the shine. I forget how shiny resin is. Oh, wow. They might even be, actually, they might even be resin where it's dripped down the lip, but still, look at that. Love it. Oh, yes. That's the lid. Now let's see if they fit. That's the question. Yes. Gorgeous. Absolutely. Yes. There's almost like a transparency to this resin here. Oh, listen. Oh, that sounds so lush. Oh, I love it. And I kind of like the way the black is coming through the colour of the green here, because obviously the second half of the lid was black. Oh, I love it. I was worried about air bubbles along here, but I really tapped a lot. I tapped, like I literally tapped so much to make sure that I don't get big chunky air bubbles here along that join, and that has worked a treat. Oh, I have to say that coral I'm not impressed with. That coral powder, it's not very opaque. It's more transparent than I wanted, but that's also okay because no air bubbles. Look at that. I absolutely love it. So now I'm thinking the black would have really come through. Yeah, that's a shame because it's so transparent, that coral. I put a lot of coral in as well. It's come through. So lid, yeah, lid fits. Love it though. Love it. This one. Oh. Yeah, you can definitely see. I'll hold it up in the light here. You can see here. So where the molds are quite shallow, the wall is shallow, whatever you pour in on top is going to go down the wall to the top and then touch the sides. And that is what I think this is. I think this is residue from the resin touching the sides. But that's fine. I'm okay with it if you're okay with it. I think it's absolutely adds a little bit of something actually. I just love the join. The join is smooth, and yeah, there's an element of transparency to that green as well. Let's do the lid. Make sure this lid looks a little bit oval. Oh, I like that. That's really nice. It hasn't taken over. The black hasn't taken over. Love. I'm a bit worried about this one. This does look a bit oval. Like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, it does look a bit oval, but not too oval. I've had worse. Oh, that's interesting. This one to me looks like the mica has sunk. That peachy corally mica, because it looks kind of clear here. I don't know if you can see that really. But yeah, there's an element of transparency here where it gets darker here. But again, that join, that line, it is gorgeous. Loving this, guys. Last one. Oh, look at that. That is cool. I don't know if you're seeing that in the light. It almost looks like it's gone purple around the edge. Love. Oh, it fits. We are good. I think I might have mixed these two up, you know. Have I? Have I mixed them up? No, I don't think I have. I don't think I have. I think, yeah, I can just see elements of pink coming through on this one and that purple. Oh, just love. So there you go. Resin and Jesmonite together. is an absolute win. I thought I'd share this with you as well. I had leftover because, you know, I had to top up that last one. So there is a plain black trinket tray. I will zhuzh it up at some point with something. But yeah, even the plain black, stunning. Really, really stunning. Love it. So, resin and Jesmonite. Together in the same mould, they work really, really well. I think you would definitely need a kind of pot mould. If you were thinking of using a mould like this, you could pour the resin in. You could have the mould at an angle so that when you pour the resin, it's just going to go straight here. And then, because as soon as you pour resin in, anyone who's done resin knows it's just going to flow. It's going to flow all the way around the edge. You could do a resin edge, Jesmonite top, or put your mould at an angle so it's half and half. But yeah, I definitely want to try the crack method. I might have left this too late now to crack, but we're going to see if it works. Oh, yes, it works. So this is called the crack method, where you create a block colour, break it in half, put it back in the mould, and then do the other half a different colour. So that's going to be for another video. I'm going to save this, let it dry out completely before I put it back, and put it up on my rack over here. I have a drying rack now. Let that dry out, and then yeah, that'll be for another day. But I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope and I wish you all very good luck for the giveaway. And yeah, that's it from me. It works. It absolutely works. Enjoy your creations. I hope you've enjoyed this one, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.